It's about time I get to Mario Kart Wii CTGP. I won't be including any retro tracks, and only the default tracks are being considered as of June 2018, so some of these may change or be removed in the future. This list is based off creativity and overall how fun a track is. So without further ado, let's go! You know, whatever happened to Super Monkey Ball? That series just kind of vanished, seeing as there hasn't been a new game in years. At least there's this custom track, Jamble, that keeps the game franchise alive. Well, not really. So as you can see, it looks exactly like a Monkey Ball stage, although its design is completely original. And I had to actually look that up because it seemed like a port of a Monkey Ball 2 race stage, but it isn't. This track is pretty basic. You've got a few turns here and there, a couple ramps you can boost off of, and some parts have the same golden rails. I really love the flooring of Jamble. The moving grass is just gorgeous. It looks so comfy to step on, like it looks like a bathroom floor mat or something. It's a visual effect that you couldn't find in vanilla Mario Kart Wii, so it's really neat seeing subtle details be customized on top of it being a brand new track. And speaking of subtle, falling off the track leads to your character getting placed in a monkey ball and exploding when you hit land. There is no reason for that to be included, but I'm glad it is. If you thought this track was neat, we are quite frankly just scraping the surface of CTGP. You're gonna learn really quick that I'm a huge fan of Mario Kart tracks that are dynamic and where the environment changes drastically for maximum entertainment. Volcanic Skyway pits you on an island where you'll roam across an empty beach to the inside of a volcano and eventually erupting high into the clouds. Yes, you literally drive up a volcano onto some clouds, and it's freaking awesome. After the clouds, you'll drop back down into a desert area, avoiding pokies and riding across a couple speed boosts. Then you'll climb through a small cave and are back at the beginning. There's a couple of variants of Volcanic Skyway in CTGP, but I found the track design to be the most fair and fun in this version. The turns are pretty challenging, but it's nothing over the top that makes you say, why? The only minor complaints I have is the turn after leaving the cave. It's pretty easy to hit the grass and lose all your speed if you aren't careful. I also feel like a couple parts of the track feel a bit barren, especially the grassy and desert sections. But I do really love the Mario hot air balloons up in the sky. It adds to the immersion that you're up in the clouds. I almost wish you could bounce off a couple of them. But hey, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I mean, you could, but just let me roll with it, okay? Mario just can't get away from space, can he? Lunar Spaceway glistens with color due to the buildings bursting with vibrant reds. Shortly after that, you'll hop on the moon, surfing over the crater, tricking off holes, and blasting across speed boost. Following is a crystal cave and more moon to traverse. Every section feels just meaty and long enough to get a good glimpse of your surroundings, and at the same time it doesn't drag on. I like how the lap progressively gets more difficult as you go too. By the end there's fire and several pits to avoid. It's really great that the city has branching paths to take too. It feels like an actual city with several roads and whatnot. Compared to the previous tracks, I feel Lunar Spaceway is a bit more visually appealing, which is what's putting it above the others. There's just so many details like the spinning star across the sharp wide turn and spotting Earth and Saturn in the sky. At this point, I just want a Mario Galaxy kart where every level is inspired from all the galaxy. That won't happen from Nintendo, but I bet modders would do it. Remember Calamari Desert, the track with the train and thought-provoking music? Of course you do, duh. Well, guess what? Twin Peaks is kind of like that, but on crack. You start your race on a train track, and you better watch what's coming carefully because a big train will careen down the mountain and have no problem running you the hell over. It's a bit jarring that it comes so suddenly, but I feel that it brings a lot of excitement and adrenaline. Further along the track is a tunnel, then you drop into a forest with running water. And thankfully, it's one of those low tide rivers, so you'll go faster in the water instead of sinking to the bottom. After the forest, you'll find yourself in a small town with a bunch of houses, more of the train track, and a few boost ramps here and there. And yes, there's lots and lots of cows, which for some reason I have a hard time avoiding, but that might be because I'm just not at the god tier level in Mario Kart Wii. So as you can see, there's a lot happening in Twin Peaks, but even with that, the level design is a lot of fun. It's one of the harder tracks for me, but I still dig it. The only thing I didn't really like is it's a bit confusing on where to go the first time playing. Like, how am I supposed to know that I could just drive through what looks like a solid wall of leaves? I feel the perfect way to end this is by watching this green shell bounce off the walls. Like, seriously, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. things are gonna start getting crazy, cause this is Incendia Castle. As the title implies, you drive through a castle, but this isn't average Joe's Bowser's Castle or anything. No, it is leaps beyond that. Each lap sends you into a different part of the castle, and how they managed to do that is beyond me. It's such a unique concept for Mario Kart. Really, the only comparison I can make is Mario Kart Wii's Grumble Volcano, since parts of the road fall into the lava as laps go on, but this castle changes the entire layout for each lap. Everything is interconnected with one another, so you'll see parts of tracks which can only be accessed on certain laps. You'd think that would make for a confusing cluster, but it really isn't. The first lap is the fastest route, the second is the medium-paced route, and the third is the slowest. Certain portions are outside the castle too, and they're occupied with fireballs that spew from the lava. The reason I have this one near the beginning of the list is just the visuals. I know visuals don't really mean a whole lot since it's the gameplay that matters, but this is just a really dull-looking place. Most of the castle is just a bland brown color. And yeah, it's a castle, so of course it's gonna have bland colors, but I feel like a bit more could have been done to at least brighten the place up or something. The second lap does have this interesting cloudy section where you're driving across these grates, and I don't know, it just really stands out for some reason. I plead that future Mario Kart games do stuff like this because it makes the tracks feel more varied and revolutionary. If you thought Incendia Castle went buck wild, that's patty cakes compared to Final Grounds. I mean, good lord, there is so much to do and so much to see with this one. I honestly don't know where to begin. I guess to start, we find ourselves in a castle, which I personally think is a bit better looking than Incendia Castle. There's tons of sharp turns to make, ramps to trick off of, and grass to avoid. And you gotta love how the item boxes look different. They're a bit darker and have this wolf symbol instead of a question mark. What really saves Final Grounds is the arrows. I could not imagine playing this without them, and it would be the most confusing mess. Now, according to the wiki, this track has 4 other custom tracks included inside it, which are Lost Fortress, Castle of Darkness, Castle of Time, and Volcanic Valley. While I've never played those tracks myself, the fact that he implemented other tracks into this one and everything is still so seamless is just mind-boggling to me. Nintendo, it's really time to step up your game with Bowser's Castle after things like Incendia Castle and Final Grounds have arrived. Your fans are just as creative as you guys now, if not more so. Yes, I know, commenters. I'm aware that I said at the beginning that this top 10 wouldn't include retro tracks, but I'm still counting this one because it doesn't come directly from Mario Kart, but good ol' F-Zero instead. Big Blue wasn't just ported over to Mario Kart Wii. Oh no, sirree/ma'am. This track comes with a speed mod, making everything go at least 5 times faster than usual, if not more. Heck, even the boost ramp at the beginning gives you a huge blast of fast. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about this port because it was really hard and I was getting annoyed with hitting the bumpers since they send you to a screeching halt. But after taking a bit of time and getting used to the speed, the sheer excitement of whizzing around while avoiding the sides is just amazing. You just get this rush when you're getting into the groove and making all the turns. The futuristic buildings in the background have even been 3D modeled, really helping the track feel truly updated. For some reason, I feel like people don't like this track that much, but I get a kick out of it. There's a good reason Nintendo made their own F-Zero tracks in Mario Kart 8. I know this is yet another castle, but you can't blame me for people making such delicate work with this theme. Blackrose Castle has a very old-timey feel, seeing as a lot of the background is in black and white. And it works surprisingly well. It gives off an almost haunted vibe, especially when going through the section where everything is uneven and tilted. The thwomps fit perfectly with this castle, considering they're already colored gray, and the addition of the Goombas and fog represent a cold welcome to what's in store. The level design is top-notch too, and the difficulty curve is just right. The only thing that kind of bugs me is near the beginning, there's this fenced area with a piranha plant, and it looks like you can kind of drive over it, but as far as I can tell, you can't, and it's really deceiving. I mean, you could probably get over it with a mushroom, but I don't know, I'm just being kind of nitpicky. If you want a genuinely creepy track to play, Blackrose Castle is one of the best out there. While I'd still say Music Park / Melody Motorway is the better music theme track, Melody's Sanctum makes a very close second. The wondrous place is filled with roads of piano, aggressive rainbow notes, and posters of Splatoon. No, I'm not joking, there's like actually a banner of Splatoon here. What I really appreciate about this track compared to Music Park is that it feels much more like a racetrack. There's still tons of music references, but this just feels more fulfilling because of how great the level design is. There's so much to look at and plenty of boosts to trick off. I guess you could say that the world here feels like a celebration of music. It's kind of hard to describe what makes it so special. I think because the environment is more of a lush and jungle feeling, that creates an almost ancient atmosphere, like we're driving through a rare relic of time. And now this is getting way deeper than it needs to be. It's time to move on. Holy colors, Batman, and you thought Rainbow Road was colorful. This, my lovely pen pals, is Halogen Highway. After cruising through this LSD road and making this giant jump to another road, you'll find yourself in an incredibly vibrant city. It's basically Lunar Spaceway, but cooler because there's more colors and there's posters for some great games like 3D Space Cadet Pinball and new Super Luigi U. Boy, those are some interesting choices, aren't they? After cruising through the city, you're led to another Rainbow Road and are sent through a series of tubes with either rushing water or boost. This entire track is just chaos, but it's a controlled chaos. What makes this stand out from the others is that the level design is really creative while being fun at the same time. There's some custom tracks that have innovative ideas, but aren't enjoyable to play. Halogen Highway provides the best of both worlds. But we aren't done there, ladies and gents, because there's a part 2 to this top 10. Go check out the 10 through 1 list right now, or if it's not up, it will be soon. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and let me know what your favorite Mario Kart Wii custom tracks are in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you soon.